A legal battle with enormous implications for Bharat's daughters has reached the doors of the Honorable Supreme Court, and beginning the 12th of November, the court will hear arguments regularly on whether the age of sexual consent should be reduced from 18 to 16. Now, the question is not merely legal, it is social, cultural, deeply personal, affecting nearly 250 million adolescents aged 10 to 19 in Bharat. Leading the demand for the change is senior advocate Indira Jaisingh, who claims the current age of consent is socially outdated. The centre, child rights bodies and several organizations, social organizations have strongly pushed back. Let's try and go across to a renowned lawyer and also legal expert practicing in the Mumbai High Court, senior advocate Mrunalini Deshmukh ji is with us, Dr. Ranganathan also with us. But Mrunalini ji, namaste. Long time.
Namaste. Thank you for having me over.
Thank you for taking the right stand.
Thank you so much for having me over.
And a burning issue. Your thoughts on this age for consent?
If you ask me, I have mixed reactions to the same thing. From the point of view of age of consent, as far as consensual sexual relationship is concerned, to be reduced down to 18 could be considered as a very pragmatic or a very practical approach in today's times, especially when you see that children, even teenagers, are growing up, their maturity levels are high, they have early puberties. In some of the cases, they also have exposure to a lot of these other countries where the age of consensual sex is maybe 16 or whatever their respective ages may be, and there is an awareness between them. So from that point of view, probably their right to life, if I were to consider, then that could be considered to be one of the valid reasons for it. Also because the age for the POCSO, as you are aware, where these child offences etc. take place. Now even those things would probably come down to a large extent, or there could be less misuse of the same, is what I believe. But on the other hand, I believe that if 18 is the age when you enter into a contract, 18 is a year when you can get a driver's license, 18 above, say 21, 25, whatever is the age when you can consume alcohol, then why is there a need to bring only for the purposes of sexual interaction to the age of 16? So I'm unable to see the connect, or I think there's a lot of disconnect between these two things. If you are expressly stating that only after the age of 18 you are wise enough to enter into a contract or sign a contract or get into these things, then how is it that you are wise enough not to do that at the age of 18 and have it at the age of 16? So I have mixed opinions and mixed feelings on that. Maybe a little bit of old school, if I may say myself to be, where I still believe that there is no need to bring about this kind of a thing only to cater to consensual sexual relations, though it may amount to attacking the right to life, the right to lead the way we want to do it, so long as it does not harm
but do
anyone. And of
you
course,
realize what
the
it could,
emphasis is on consensual.
But Mrunalini ji, do you realize what is the trigger point? What is this entry point to? Right to consensual sex at 16 means pregnancy at 16, possible pregnancy at 16, possible then bringing down the age for marriage to 16. Then, it just then is going back to all those practices which were first decried upon and said, oh, this is an assault to women and it's assault to society. So you're going back. And
Absolutely.
then
Absolutely.
those who are preying on young
you.
girls and those thought processes which believe that we should catch them young and breed them young, they then tend to become stronger. It just becomes an entry point to try and trigger all of this. That's another point of view. How do you view that?
No, I completely agree with you. In fact, if you see overseas, there are so many teenage pregnancies that are happening. And there are, I have been to a couple of hospitals, I'm happy to see there. Small babies are born which are hardly the size of your palm or even half of that. And some of them are, these kind of pregnancies are fatal for the women and things like that. So there first has to be, I think more importantly than just jumping into the sex part of it, what is more important in these cases that one has to realize is that there has to be education which is to be imparted to these people to to empower them not only physiologically but mentally, emotionally, to get into what is known as a sexual relationship with a person of the other sex or same sex, whatever the case may be. So I think unless that is inculcated, just jumping and giving this, I think, and again, as I said, and pardon me, but a little bit of old school, if I may call myself, I am still not seeing what is the need for it and what is the urgency for it at this point of time to bring it down, when the other factors that we are saying. And you are right, when we are talking about making this, and we as lawyers, we as legislators, we as lawmakers, we have fought to bring the age of marriage minimum for the 18 for the girl and 21 for the boys, and we are opposing child marriage restraint under the Child Marriage Restraint Act. We are opposing child marriages. Now, when this is what has been our history, what is it that is just making it in 2025 this concept? So I am really having mixed thoughts about it. And I think
can raging hormones be the justification, right, Dr. Ranganathan, to decriminalize an act against a youngster who's immature, or to try and give cover fire to those who may just prey on these individuals, given what's happening in society? Are they matured enough, ready enough for this? Your thoughts?
Thank you, Anand, and good evening to Mrinalini ji. I've heard her. Can I just say...
Hi.
Hi, good evening, ma'am. Can I just say that, when you started off by saying that this is not merely a legal issue, this is a cultural and social issue. Can I humbly disagree with you? It's none of the above. It's a scientific issue. It's a scientific issue that must be decided purely on how science sees this, because this concerns human health, and we cannot allow societies, customs or cultural policies to dictate how best human health is to be considered in matters of law. For example, and that is why I'm absolutely appalled by the stand and the advocacy professed by Indira Jaisingh ji. It's so unscientific and illogical, it is beyond measure and quite shocking, literally. I mean, the fact of the matter is, in America, situation is different. They see the law concerning abortion as cultural or social. No. In India, we are proud to say the fact that the abortion time limit has been changed purely on our information as we gain on what the science talks about it. Same goes for vaccination. Same goes for contraception. There are cultural and societal pressures to have no vaccination at all. You've seen in many Muslim societies, even in Kerala, there is an epidemic. There is polio resurgence because people don't want to get. Should we listen to society and culture, or should we listen to science? Similarly, the arguments given by Indira Jaisingh are preposterous. She says, for example, that the age of puberty is increasing. By that logic, if puberty is reached at 9, should we allow consent for sex at 9? The second thing she says, look, teenagers are having romantic relationships earlier. By that logic, if by consent two children have sex at 10, should that be fine? Finally, most troubling, she says, the rise of POXO cases is because of the age of consent is higher. By that logic, should we legalize marijuana and cocaine use because we don't want prosecution on those subjects? No. The fact of the matter is that mentally and physically, the human body, especially that of the woman, is not prepared as much as it is at 18 as it is at 16.
Right.
And you have a lot of unwanted pregnancies, STDs, low condom use. That's just the physical aspect of it. The female body is not ready for it. But secondly, you have neurodevelopmental issues. You have the cortex. You have all those issues that are not prepared simply at 16 as they are at 18. So can we please deal with this scientifically, not culturally or as society or many other societies want to put?
Well, the arguments will begin on the 12th of November. We are just setting up the grounds to try and get thoughts of people and to also bring it to their thing. What would they want? What viewers? Have you thought about this? Wards, have you thought about this? And science, society, culture, and also the larger implications on Bharat itself. So all of these are something which have to be collectively considered, along with what could happen with our Nyaya Sanhita and those predators who are waiting, just waiting for this to happen. So that's another aspect that we will talk about. But thank you for sparking this conversation and also engaging on this. Mrinalini ji, great to have you with us. A short but fantastic and very insightful. Look forward to many more engagements in the near future. Thank you so much.